Shalom, welcome to Jerusalem. Dear President of Israel, Shimon Peres, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Avigdor Lieberman, Chairman of the Board of the Jewish Agency, Natan Sharansky, dear guests to Jerusalem. Today, where many of the world's economies are shaky, when we're talking about instability in our neighborhood in the Middle East, we have an island of sanity called Israel, where our economy is doing well, very focused, looking into the future. And within the island of sanity of Israel is the city of Yerushalayim. And Yerushalayim today is enjoying a very bullish atmosphere, strong economic growth, way over and above the national average. And within the economic growth, we see the President's Conference that enables people to share views and thoughts, inspirational. And if we look at the trends of events, indeed we see that we're looking deep into the future with open eyes. I believe that the future and the current position of Yerushalayim has a lot to do with our past. The historical role that Jerusalem played 2,000 and 3,000 years ago, when the people of Israel left Egypt and arrived back to the land of Israel. Each of the 12 tribes received a piece of land, piece of territory, where they lived, except the city of Yerushalayim, that was never divided to tribes. A destination for pilgrims of all faiths, Jews and non-Jews alike, used to come and worship their faith. And everybody coming to the city of Yerushalayim had a strong feel of belonging. The city belongs to me as much as it belongs to the other tribes. The city of Yerushalayim is the common denominator. Focus gets people together, unites people, and that is the way the united city of Yerushalayim worked in the past. Over half of the population of the world would like to come and enjoy and visit Yerushalayim at least once in their lifetime. And when you ask people, what does Jerusalem mean for you? Then the answers come deep from people's hearts. Home, the common denominator, anchor, the connection between the past and the future. And everyone speaks from here, not necessarily from their brain. That model of operation that lasted for 1,000 years in Yerushalayim is our future. Unfortunately, for 2,000 years, Jerusalem moved from conquer to conquer, from hand to hand, and freedom of religion and openness did not exist until the city was reunited in 1967. It is imperative for us, all national and municipal governments, to maintain openness, freedom of religion, enable thought, sharing ideas, respecting each other. And this is part of the vision and the future, the successful future of the city of Yerushalayim. It runs through a goal we set to achieve 10 million tourists a year. Through culture tourism, through enabling people to come and visit our city and go back home as ambassadors of peace. And indeed, in the last 3-4 years, this summer we have 4 times more cultural events than we had 4 summers ago. Festivals, conferences, totally open, inviting. Our tourism numbers grew from about just over 2 million a year 5 years ago to a run rate of 4 million tourists a year this year. And we see more and more people connecting back with their hearts to the city of Yerushalayim. Economically, we've been growing about 8% from year to year in the last 3 years. And I challenge you to lift your eyes to the skyline and you will see many, many cranes. I believe they mean something of national, private, public investments in the city, of people that see the future, a bright future ahead of us. The investments and the support we get from the government is unprecedented, and we see the investments proving themselves as Jerusalem is becoming a better destination, more attractive destination for tourists, for investors, and for young population. To summarize my point, I would repeat and remind us all that for Jerusalem, the only model that worked in the past and will work in the future, is a city that unites people, a united, open city that invites more and more people to share thoughts and ideas, make Jerusalem more attractive for the world to enjoy. And thank God, we see that the vast majority of Jews, Christians, and Muslims share that thought and understand that the future is about mutual respect. Jerusalem is a microcosmos of what is happening in the world, what is happening in the Middle East. And when Jerusalem works, it has huge impact, not only in the residents here in our city, but on the whole country and on the whole world, including the fact that Jerusalem has become a very quiet city. I just shared notes with ex-Mayor Daley in Chicago a month and a half ago, when we shared crime statistics. And Jerusalem has about 1/10 of crime rates of Chicago. 1/10. I am sure that these things go together. A clear vision of openness, of economic growth, and deep in it, I'm amazed to see how successful, I'm not amazed, I'm happy to see how successful this conference has become. President Peres, I want to thank you. Thank you for having such a wonderful, amazing event here in Yerushalayim. Jerusalem has 70 names, over 70 names. The city of justice, the city of truth, Kiryat Ne'emana, an honest, respectable city. There's no better place to discuss the future of the world than from here in Yerushalayim. And I know that having these discussions here in the holy city of Yerushalayim gives everything that has been said here deep, important meaning. I would like to finalize and bless us all and wish to see you all here in the next conference, B'Shana Haba'a B'Yerushalayim Abnuya. Toda Rabba.